Sqoop connectors. The two different types of Sqoop connectors are generic JDBC, default Sqoop, and then the fast path connectors. The generic JDBC connector can be used to connect to any database that is accessible via JDBC. The default Sqoop connector is designed for specific databases such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQL Server, and DB2. The fast path connector specializes in using specific batch tools to transfer data with high throughput. For example, MySQL and Postgres databases are very popular for this method. Let's take a look at controlling parallelism to increase performance. By default, Sqoop typically imports data using 4 parallel tasks, each of which are called a mapper. If you increase the number of tasks, this might improve your import speed. However, you should note that each task will add a load to your database server. You can influence and set the number of tasks using the -m or the -num mappers attribute. Sqoop views this only as a hint, however, and might not honor it depending on other parameters operating within the system. In this example, we see parallelism being set to 8. The Sqoop import command is again using a connect to the database MySQL Loudacre with the username and password. The table is called device, and the additional parameter -m indicates the number of mappers, in this case 8. Let's take a look at some sample Sqoop commands. Several common commands are listed on the output screen we see. The first command on the screen is to import the data from the MySQL table Sqoop demo to an HDFS directory. Note in this case again the -m1 parameter, which ensures there is only one mapper output. In the second command, note that the ID is greater than 2, which places a condition on data to be imported. You can also specify a specific SQL query as shown in the third command, where it points out that the -e parameter selects the start from Sqoop _demo where the ID equals 13. This allows you to limit the subset of records that you pull from any database by using standardized SQL query commands. The third command shows an export function. Please note the hyphens and the double hyphen before the driver, connect, username, and password for this command. The additional commands shown allow you to import by splitting by the ID value and also listing out the jobs that are currently running, along with the commands that will allow you to do a export operation where the input fields are terminated by the /001 character. So how do we explore a database with Sqoop? Well, it's fairly simple. We use the use simplylearn, in this case the database simplylearn, and then we ask it to show tables, following each command by a semicolon. So what are some of the limitations of Sqoop? First, the client must have JDBC drivers installed for connectivity with the RDBMS being used. Also, the client-side architecture requires connectivity to the cluster from the client. And users do have to specify a username and password. It is difficult to integrate a CLI with an external application. Sqoop is not supported with NoSQL databases because it is tightly coupled with the JDBC semantics.